there isn't as much money in film as there used to be, as like the materials become more accessible to everyone and everyone's making content. And like, it's a beautiful thing that there's so much art. But actually, to your small town mentality thing, and like niche stories, I think it's interesting that like, while I grew up like away from everyone else, I still like connect with the people I meet because we all like grew up on the same media, you know, like we all watched cable television and experienced the same shows. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how that changes with like subscription based platforms. Like there's the people that grew up with Netflix. There's going to be the people that grew up with HBO. There's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see. You can't like walk up to a random person and be like, remember when we watched That's So Raven? Because like not everyone's
oh my God.
watched like all the same things.
I do. I remember That's So Raven when we were kids. And that was like right around, like my sister watched it and Clarissa Explains It All on Nickelodeon, little niche shows like that. Were you more of like a 90s kid or just like pre 2000s?
I don't even know what that means.
A 90s kid, I guess. Well, I'm a 90s kid, definitely. Like
I was born in the 90s, but like
you're all right. So you're still a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So a 90s kid is basically like we remember, like to your point, where we were connected through a lot of shows
before the internet. Like
way before the internet, definitely a 90s
big deal to get on AOL. Yeah.
Yeah, like on having your own screen name and get like
Heather 8 New York. That was my first one.
I was Yankees youngin. And my neighbor came up with that because she signed me up for my own screen name. And that was weird. I never signed up for social media ever. It was always like, oh, it was always a girl getting me in trouble. Somebody signed me up for MySpace. I remember that. Somebody signed me up for Facebook. I remember that. Instagram.
I went to Facebook kicking and screaming. I loved MySpace and how you could like design your space. Like it was like stepping into someone's world. They had like the background, they created the song they wanted, all the icons to display their personality. And I'm like, Facebook just made everyone the same. And that was boring to me. But and eventually there was no one left on MySpace. And I was like, okay.
I follow Tom on Instagram and he's like traveling the world right now.
Good for him.
Yeah, I'm waiting for his movie, to be honest, because Social Network with the founding of Facebook. Okay, it was cool. Yo, like, what about Tom? Like this guy, this is the guy. See, we might know that, but everybody else right now, they might not know that. So, okay, 90s, we understand that because it was like day one, Spawn. Tom, if you're listening, please, like we got to talk, buddy. Like, I know you're loving life, your beautiful girlfriend, and probably like on an island outside of Taiwan that doesn't really exist to the public. But please, we want to know your story, bro. Because he's a very mysterious guy. He's everybody's friend, but you know, it's just like, I know, like I just know nothing about the guy.
It was always a fun move to put Tom as your number one friend when like your friends were fighting about it. Like,
your top 8.
My best friend is Tom.
Yeah. And he was everybody's first friend, which was really freaking cool. But yeah, it got really bad because it was such a space for getting catfish. And it's like, I'm barely like 17, 18 years old. We didn't call it catfishing back then. I don't know if it had a name, but it became such a common thing where it's just like, yo,
memes used to be called icons. Do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah, they were called icons. And I'm really glad they did the little check mark where it's just like, not a catfish. Okay, so there's a level of, I guess, legitimacy and comfortability where we learned from MySpace. Thank you, Tom.